Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FOB Equestria podcast, the official podcast of Forward Operating Base Equestria, home of the military bronies. This is your host, Bangle, as per usual, and this week I have joining me Josh, aka Firebrand, aka the Fiery Joker, and Scarlet, one of our staff members. Well, both staff members, but say hi.
Hi. Like, oh my gosh.
Like, hello.
Drag me away from my homework in order to go on a stupid podcast.
I know, Josh is making sacrifices for us all. It's his way. His noble sacrificing way. And Scarlet...
Friggin' online courses. I can't figure out how to friggin' submit my stuff and I hate friggin' online courses.
Well, you're the one who chose to go to college.
Well, excuse me if I need to get a degree. And I get paid to go to college because I'm in the military.
Well, yeah.
Not technically in the military, but you were, so GI Bill money.
GI Bill money.
GI Bill money. Those bills, y'all. We aren't talking dollar bills, we're talking GI bills. I don't even know at this point. Anyway, I do want to preface this podcast before we get into it by just saying sorry to all our viewers for the delay between this one and the last. I know I said these would be weekly except for guard weekends, which is what I am doing right now. However, the last weekend was a guard weekend, which was legitimate. And the weekend before, well, just kind of got caught up with friend and family stuff. And I didn't actually realize it was Sunday, which is when we normally record these, when I was heading, like literally when I was laying in bed, I would just smack myself across the head. I was like, today was Sunday, and I completely spaced on the podcast. So hopefully fewer incidents of that in the future. And also, unfortunately, when this gets uploaded to our YouTube channel, because I am recording this on the road, I am currently visiting with family right now and recording this on my laptop, so it will be a few days delay between this being recorded and getting up on YouTube, but it should still be uploaded the same week it is recorded. So I am 100% committed to that, but it will still be delayed. Just being open and honest, as I always try to be. I want to foster understanding and don't want to try and just gloss over incidents like they never happened. Is that weird? Can I get some input on that? Is that weird to me, wanting to be open and honest like that?
No. It just shows what a great person you are.
I feel like it stems from the military, where we're told to do a lot of stuff that we never get explanations for, and how I just having an understanding of how frustrating that is, of like never being told what's going on.
Yeah, well, there is a sense of, it's like in the military, there is a sense of like, hey, there's something we need to do something, and you can't really you just really can't question it.
Well, no, there is that, but then there's also like when something happens and like you see it like you see something happen, but they never provide an explanation for it. Like there's a recall and they make everyone come back to base and like get accountability for everything, but you're never told as to why like you were recalled or anything. It's just like, oh, everyone's here, go home. It's like, okay, glad you apparently interrupted my time off for nothing, I guess. But you're right, Josh. There is good reason a lot of the times, and most of the time the military is just so focused on accomplishing the mission that, I mean, if they always stopped to explain what was going on or what they were doing or reasons behind things, I guess
nothing would get done.
Yep.
And even now, nothing still gets done.
True statement. But with us, I mean, we're a smaller group. We're kind of just doing our own thing, so we can afford to do it, and therefore I feel like we should. If we're able to. So, I mean, hence why I would make a terrible politician, because I would never keep anything secret. But anyway, I know, Josh, you had some things you wanted to bring up for discussion, more particularly in the realm of pony episodes and projects with that.
Yes. Yes. I have about 5 pony videos in the works. One is a mysterious mare duel review. It's going to be on my big channel, Josh Scorcher, and just gonna be reviewing mysterious mare duel, and that's gonna be fun because filmed a little bit of that at BronyCon and got a couple of the other reviewers in on it. And let's see, that 4 other reviews in the works. One is well, two of them are. I'm making 2 videos on Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep. One's going to be humor focused, and the other one's going to be focused on the stuff that I don't feel very funny about.
Okay, so but are these 2 ones focused on the Princesses Dream of Ponies? What was it called again? Did I get the title right?
Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep.
Magic Sheep. Thank you. I don't even know her. Clearly, I am tired, so I apologize for any derps that may happen. But are those 2 reviews going to be meant to? Are they going to intentionally be tied together, or are they going to be like kind of intended to be watched on their own, like separate entities?
They're kind of separate. The thing is that I do want to entertain my audience, but I also want to make I want to give something to my audience intellectually as well.
And nothing wrong with that. And also to
unfortunately, the stuff I didn't feel very funny about got way too long-winded. It kind of overshadowed the other one, so I'm like, okay, I got to split it up.
Fair enough. Hey, that is a good call in my opinion. That is recognizing when 2 things just don't mesh well enough together to where they need to become independent projects. But the Mysterious Ne'er-do-Well one, just to clarify, that is not a taking ponies too seriously. That is a legitimate review that's going up on your main channel, like you said.
Oh yes, it's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a funny one, and I'm probably going to make some people mad with it. Yeah. Then again, I'm probably going to make some people mad with the Prince Sheep video too.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. There are many, many Luna fans within this community, some overzealously so. I am definitely a Luna fan, but I like to think I'm not overzealous about it. I like to think I'm reasonable about it. But yeah, when you start going into that Princess Luna territory, there are certainly individuals that are going to be unhappy no matter what you say, just because it won't mesh with how they feel about it. So,
you mean 99% of the fandom?
Best of luck to you, Josh, and hopefully you don't get raided by an angry mob. No one has your official address, right? Like you've done a good job of keeping that secret.
The thing is that I tried to write the script as best as I could, as best and funny as I could, without trying to step on anyone's toes. I'm not trying to offend people with any of these videos, but
well, of course.
And so I'm trying to hope I worded myself well enough to stay on the moral high ground.
I'm sure you did a fine job.
It's never my intention to offend anyone, but so yeah.
Like I said, I'm sure you did a fine job. However, as I'm sure you are aware, this is the internet. It is impossible to please everyone. So without a doubt, there are certainly going to be at least a small amount of negatively geared comments on the video. I just see it happening.
Josh hates Luna. Rise against him.
I mean, it's the internet. What can you do? But anyway, the other projects, because that's technically 3 of the 5 videos, if I understand how you were wording it correctly, or are you not really?
Oh yeah, I just finished 2 scripts. One for Appaloosa's Most Wanted, which has been a script that's been just baking for a while because I just had no idea how to talk about that episode because it was so boring.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait, Appaloosa's Most Wanted was the one with the Troubleshoes. Yep, and the whole rodeo
pony.
Yeah. That one, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but you're right. There really wasn't a lot going on with that. That was a very just like sit back and enjoy it episode, but not a really exciting or engaging episode.
I was actually kind of disappointed in that episode, especially since it was a Dave Polsky episode, which, if some people don't know, he wrote for South Park.
He does what now?
He wrote
Dave
for South
Polsky
Park.
wrote for South Park.
Really? I was not aware.
Yeah, and he continuously writes the funniest episodes. Oh my gosh!
And
this one's
man.
And then the Troubleshoes episode, which not so much. Hey, no one always, no one gets, strikes or home runs or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, strikes referring to bowling.
Strikes refer to baseball too.
Touchdown. I realized that after, which is why I clarified it. The touchdowns, whatever you want to call, whatever sports reference you want to use. slam dunks. No one is always on point all the time, so everyone's going to have their, not their finest come out every now and again. So I guess that was his Trouble Shoes episode. And did you say what the other one was, Josh?
Yes, I also finished the script. I also finished the script for Amending Fences today, and I thought I wasn't going to have a lot of material for that one, but as I continuously wrote it, I got more and more material. It was
more book courses.
A surprising amount of material for that one, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to come up with a lot of jokes because that was a fairly serious episode.
Yeah, kind of. I'd like that.
It was Twilight Point 2.
It was the Twilight Guilt Trip episode.
Yeah, it was. But it was also the beginning of the book course book course, OTP. Book course's OTP episode. Because, I've seen a few people ship book course with book course, Moondancer with Twilight.
Well, hey, if you think about it, they look exactly the same except different colors.
They are palette swaps.
Yeah, I actually go into the philosophical and epistemological connotations of that.
Well, like you said, you didn't think you were going to have that much material, but once you got started, kind of just started coming to you. So it sounds like that'll be a relatively interesting one. And it's weird for me. Like, I understand a lot of YouTubers, especially top teners or reviewers or analysts, whatever you want to call them, especially, and not just within the pony community, but you talk about like game theory with Matt Pat and stuff like that. They do a lot of them. Anyone worth their salt writes a script, gets their thoughts down on paper first, and then makes a video based on that. And for me, which if anyone's seen my YouTube stuff, I know Scarlett has, and she can attest to this, I am really just impromptu on the fly and make it happen as it goes along. So the whole script writing thing has always seemed a little weird to me, but it's just because it's something I haven't gotten familiar with. But I definitely understand its value in that sort of genre of video, whereas my genre of videos are more like on the spot commentary, kind of almost like sports commentator-ish in the way I try and do things. So I guess it's a bit, scripting really doesn't fit towards the genre I try to focus on, whereas, well, Josh, you're just a bit more professional than I am in that regard. Does that work?
I like to think that I'm professional.
Yeah. Don't we all? It's like the joke. It's like, well, I'm a professional YouTuber, and some people are like, do those two words even belong in the same sentence together? Professional and YouTube? And there's more than a fair share of YouTube haters out there. We're aware. But at the same time, it's a great medium. It's a great outlet for creativity, and it really lets people put out a lot of original content. So, I don't know. It is what it is. And I will say I've seen a few of your videos, Josh. I'm not too much of a person who intakes a lot of YouTube, relatively speaking. Everything's relative in that regard. I consider myself as someone who doesn't watch a whole lot of YouTube, mostly because I'm always preoccupied with my own projects. But I've seen a few of your videos, and I do have to say I think you do a very good job of presenting yourself in a very professional, within the kind of style you're looking to put off. Like you are intentionally putting out a very specific personality. In some cases it's satire, but you always try to make things lighthearted and entertaining, and while at the same time being professional about it. And I think you do a good job. So if that means anything.
Hey, Spangle, you got a little brown on your nose. I just
am a fan of. Here's the thing. I'm a fan of bringing people up, of speaking encouragement to people when it's deserved, rather than putting them down. I've never been one to, and just put someone down for no reason. If I criticize someone, it is constructive criticism. And otherwise, you will hear me speak nothing but encouragement to others. And I think that's a good philosophy to live life by, for the most part. I mean, obviously you can joke around with people, and I mean, I've come from the maintenance career field in the military. Like, I understand the whole making fun of people and poking fun at people and having that sort of humor and mentality, but when all said and done, and I'm talking serious to someone about, you know, any of their personal pursuits or career pursuits, I try to be nothing but positive, even when, like I said, when providing criticism, providing constructive criticism. So I don't know, just kind of the way I try to push for, speak in general. But you're right, Josh. You're not the first person to make that little joke about me just like maybe going overboard with it. But I mean, it's always genuine. It's never trying to kiss.
I can tell you're being genuine. I'm just giving you crap.
Oh yeah, no, and you know what? It's not surprising, because anytime I try to be genuine like that with military folk in general, they typically poke fun in the same way, and I don't take offense to it just because I understand it. I understand that the military just kind of like I said earlier, that's kind of just the military environment, that kind of poking fun at each other. So it is what it is. But anyway, anything else you want to say on that topic, anything else you want to tell us about the upcoming videos?
Well, let's see. Ne'er-do-well is a video that it's coming out tomorrow, hopefully, and it's a video that I like. Ne'er-do-well is an episode that I like.
Yes, and to specify,
it's not a very popular episode, but
I liked it.
I just think that it's really hard to put this in a way that's not condescending or insulting, but it was the reason that this review took so long to come out was because it's like, how do I do this? How do I say these things without coming off as a jerk, without coming off as holier than thou? It was really, really hard.
Yeah. But and also, like I was saying earlier, to clarify, when he said it's coming out tomorrow, that means it should already be out when this video comes out. So go over to his channel and watch it, maybe.
Thank you.
Hey, just putting a plug out there. I mean, granted, anyone who watches this is probably maybe already a fan of yours. I don't know. If they aren't, maybe they should head over there and just see if your stuff is for them. But anyway, yes. Continue on. Anything else you want to say, Josh?
Well, yeah, I'm still my reviewing process is continuously evolving. There's always like new ideas I want to do and I want to try, and I always do want to
better yourself,
outdo myself each time.
Yeah, as you should. Nothing wrong with striving for improvement. And I think if you've said your piece on your videos, I think we will go on to the next subject of Staff Ship stupid alliteration. Staff Ship Saturdays. There we go. I did it. Which
Yay!
Scarlett has some information on, which it was an old tradition of the FOB Tumblr, but it's kind of migrated over to the Facebook. But anyway, Scarlett will give us more of the details.
So basically, me and Michelle, we've, like we said in the last video, we were bringing back the Staff Ship Saturdays. Instead of putting it out on the Tumblr, we decided to put it out on our Facebook page. Not many people know about the Facebook page, but we are there. Facebook.com/FOB Equestria. Yay!
Yep, pretty much the way a lot of our things run. And I can't remember, is our Facebook page tied to our Twitter or anything like that? Or is it kind of just running independent? I don't think it puts out tweets.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so the only way people would know is to check out the Facebook page and see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have been debating whether to also put them out on the Twitter page, but I haven't. So it's mostly just Facebook.
I was going to say, I don't see any harm in it. And I remember you telling me a bit about this, so as far as I understand, and you can correct me on any of this if I am wrong, it's mostly going to be staff OCs shipped with each other in comedic ways, and It is. Yes, Josh, you remember those, right? Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's just I actually have rules for how my OC gets shipped.
Right.
It's just no rule 34, and I know people are probably going to take offense to this, but no homosexual shipping. I'm sorry,
but you are straight.
I do not. I am not a homosexual, and having my character put in homosexual situations makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Hey, that is respectable. It's just like I'm fairly certain a homosexual person having their OC representative of their character, of their real life personality being shipped in a heterosexual way would not appreciate that. So, I mean, it goes both ways. And not nice choice of words there. Anyway, but
oh gosh darn it, Spangle.
I realized that after I said it. It wasn't intentional. I realized after the fact. However, since it is on Facebook, it will be completely safe for work. No need to worry about that because Facebook has rules, kind of.
Yeah, and we have rules too. They have to be like PG-12 and under, basically.
Yeah. So safe for work. And
yeah.
I can't recall. Are we kind of outsourcing this to artists? Kind of. It's like not all just staff artists, but like artists we are friends with who have agreed to help us out on this.
Yeah, it's artists that we're.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It is artists who we're it is artists that we are friends with. Right now we have this month that's for September is coming to a close. Summit Lion has been amazing working with us this past month. And for October, it's my friend Christina from the DC Bronies group.
All right. And so obviously I would assume that, okay, excuse me. So
yeah.
Are we going to try?
And we also have, I also forgot, we do have one of our old comic staff members coming back for the month of November. Michelle is coming back.
Oh, Shelly's coming back. That actually makes me very happy. She is awesome.
Yeah, we have asked her to do the month of November.
Amazing. So are we going? So my understanding of how this is run is it going to be like the picture is there, but it's linked to their DeviantArt where it will also be uploaded, or is it pretty much going to be Facebook exclusive?
Some people, I'm not sure if our artists are going to be uploading it to their DeviantArts, but I put like a link to their DeviantArt anyway, so they can go and check out their other art.
Even if they don't upload it to their DeviantArt, there will still be a link to their DeviantArt account so you can find their other artwork. Got it.
Yeah, and because, they're the ones who worked hard for it. They deserve the credits. Absolutely.
And hopefully once we get our website back up and running, which is still ETA undetermined, ETA TBA, there will, I assume, be posts just directing people to the Facebook page whenever there's a new Staff Ship Saturday upload. Every time there's, I think we could also probably, Scarlett, you still with us? Getting some static from you.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with this system.
Okay. I'm going to mute you for a second while it gets sorted. Wait, nope, there it goes.
Oh, I think
it fixed itself. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We are fine. We are fine.
I think what it is the USB cord. It sticks out half of the way, so it's like finicky.
I was going to say, then try not to touch it or move it around. And hopefully...
I haven't been touching Jack. My hands are by my side.
Phantom static, whatever. But yeah, once we finally get the website back up and running here, hopefully soon, obviously we'll announce on the podcast when we actually have a good timeline on that. But it will be a central hub directing people towards, when new videos are uploaded. I'm sure we could probably arrange for like a weekly video post saying these are the videos that were uploaded to our channel. Podcast will probably be included in that.
I've been doing that with the Facebook. Every time there's a video uploaded, I post it directly to the Facebook.
Okay, so I guess the takeaway from that is until the website is fixed and reestablished, the Facebook is kind of the impromptu website. So if you want to know what's going on, head over to the Facebook page, follow it, and be in the know. And hopefully, like I said, we'll get everything sorted there eventually. We've got people working on it. It's just, again, we all have real lives and we gotta manage things appropriately. And as Josh well knows, as he's doing homework during this podcast.
Nerd. Well, I need my good grades, and I need to get my bachelor's of science in digital media.
Actually, that sounds pretty applicable to what you're doing. So good for you for pursuing something worthwhile.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But hopefully I can do something with it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you would already be able to apply it to how you're running YouTube channel and all that good stuff. So, I mean, there was a good online resource for that. I remember being brought up, I think, by Game Theory, nonetheless, MatPat. But I can't recall. That is a shame. But I definitely know there are online outlets, online schools where you can study digital media in the sense, especially when it comes to video making and all that good stuff. So, I mean, to actually be pursuing it, I mean, and trying to better yourself, that's very respectable.
Because it's the area of reviewing is getting incredibly competitive. I mean, it's getting competitive, and I need to catch up.
Hey, competition breeds excellence. Isn't that what the military teaches us? Kind of. Maybe whether or not it's right or wrong. There is a new video series that I did want to start, but no one else wants to do it with me. It was a sort of series of debate videos, kind of like how Game Theory has a Deadlock. Oh yeah,
I've been wanting to do. Yeah, I've been wanting to do that, except with ponies, and try and put my own spin on it. But everyone I've spoken to kind of doesn't want to do it. They said, I don't know, it's too much work. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it competitively. But I just want to talk about it, and now I don't want to do it anymore because it kind of took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect, man? Bronies, they are like, some of them. A lot of bronies are the most non-confrontational people you will ever meet. So.
Oh, really?
Except for us. Except for the military bronies, rah rah. We'll get in your face about anything. You scuff our shiny shoes, we'll make you feel smaller than an insect. Well, Tweak will anyway. I'll just get Tweak to do it.
Stick 'em, Tweak.
Get our drill sergeant. He'll take care of it. Hey, why not, right? So, one thing I actually do want to bring up, and I know I talked about this a little bit, is I finally got around to seeing the 100th episode, and people will say, whoa, you're way behind, and well, the reason was I was putting it off was we were planning on doing a react video to it, which, as far as I know, correct me if I am wrong in this, has been scrapped, right? Because it's too late.
Yep, that got scrapped because our editor, and some people never got their videos handed in, and our editor, who has been busy for a while, just kind of tossed it to the side, even though we were like, hey, we need to do this, get this done.
The editor on this one was not Josh, so we are not talking about him in the third person as if he's not here when he is in fact here. We assigned a different editor, and they just were busy with real life stuff, as far as I understand, and we want to get it out in a timely manner. What is that even word? In a timely manner. In order to make it relevant, in order to make it still applicable, and it never came together in such a timely manner to where it could be edited and uploaded in. I mean, the fact is, the 100th episode is old news, but I mean, finally seeing it was a trip. I will say that much. It certainly was a trip, but
yeah, it was a gift from the staff. I mean, as an episode itself, it was just kind of average, I feel, but as a gift, it was like, aw, thanks.
It was okay. For anyone that doesn't know, Larson wrote the episode.
Larson.
And who knows more about the bronies than Larson? I mean, Come on, we all worship Larson.
I believe in M.A. Larson.
I say thanks, M.A. Larson, unironically.
He's a great man. He really is.
The guy is so awesome.
He's just a joy to be around, and he's like always just such a laugh and a ball of fun. And his episodes, I mean, 100th episode above all, have just ridiculous. I mean, Steve, I actually didn't know, like, despite following meme base, the Bronies meme base, and seeing what's uploaded there all the time, and following more than a few pony tumblers and such, like, I actually did not know Stephen Magnet was in the episode. Apparently that flew under my radar. I did not know he was in the episode, so it caught me off guard, and just like everything about the episode was amazing. But I did want to bring it up
Stephen Magnet
to just say, like, for anyone who did hear about a react in the works for that, just to like get it out there that it had been scrapped, unfortunately, just because it was no longer relevant. And as far as I know, there are no reacts in the works right now, right, guys? Am I correct in that?
Nope. Yeah, you are correct. There's no reacts right now.
Okay. I know we get a few messages here and there from people saying, oh, you should do react to this, or you should do react to that. But it is kind of hard to get our guys together and find a willing editor, a capable editor, who is...
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of those guys now, so...
Really?
Yeah, I
So,
got...
outsourcing?
And sometimes a lot of them are just sitting around twiddling their thumbs.
Oh. So maybe...
Because I can't pump out these scripts quickly enough.
Yeah.
So, maybe, I don't know, if we get inspiration
we
for
could
React,
get something going.
maybe we could, but we'll have to figure out
I mean, we got the movie next week.
The new Equestria Girls movie?
Friendship game.
Friendship game.
Yep, Friendship Games comes
Yeah,
out.
that might be something. And people are wanting me to dress up like the bum, but I'm like, no. After last time, and the backlash that I got, the initial backlash that I got, it just soured it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm probably just gonna like have him appear for like a second and just kill him. And it's like, no, people hate you. And then I'm just gonna do it normal. Just gonna do it.
Really?
Weird.
People hated the bum?
Yeah, well, it's even though it's got a lot of thumbs, it's just the negativity just really got the initial negativity really got to me, and it was really disappointing because I got so many people like, oh, are you gonna do your bum review again, Josh? I was like, wow, people are really excited for me to do this again. Okay, I guess I'll do it. And then I got that, and then a lot of backlash came. But it's like, oh my gosh, this is a total ripoff of Doug Walker. He's hanging in the shadow of Nostalgia Critic. This wasn't funny. This was annoying. I'm like, okay. What do you people want?
Okay, Josh, to quote other famous YouTubers, you really can't give any credit to the comments. As harsh as that sounds, you like a lot of the big YouTube channels, and I'm talking the YouTube channels with millions of subscribers, more or less just because of what you just described, the bipolarness that is the YouTube commenter audience. Like, they cannot follow the comments, otherwise it literally eats them up from the inside. It's like you said, it takes the wins out of their sails. It takes away all their motivation, and to use a little bit of hyperbole that they use, it makes them want to kill themselves. And so they just actually don't read comments. And as harsh as that sounds, maybe something you might want to consider. I don't know. It's up to you in the end, obviously, but or just like completely discredit those people and block them from commenting on your channel, which is an approach I occasionally take with our FOB Equestria.
The thing is that unfortunately for me, I just take negative comments way too. The negative comments stick out in my mind a lot more than positive comments.
Human nature, yeah. So again, you could just not read comments.
But I like reading. The thing is, you know those whole languages of love things.
Yeah.
That whole language of love things. The language of love I speak the most is when people compliment me.
Yeah, it's rough. I understand your dilemma. So it's I don't know. like I said, I just know a lot of the YouTube channels with huge followings, millions of subscribers followings, just not only because there's so many comments, but just because they get so much of those hate comments that completely demotivate them. They don't read comments at all. So I figured I'd just put out there for your consideration. But going back to the React subject, like I said, none in the works right now, but I guess since the Equestria Games thing is a thing, maybe something to put up to the staff, and we'll let everyone know what the staff decides next week's podcast. However, I obviously can't make any promises right now. It's just an idea. But I did just want to be, again, upfront, open, and honest with everyone, saying, hey, if you heard things about a 100th episode React, yeah, that unfortunately didn't come to fruition. And as far as we know, currently, no Reacts in the works. However, that might change in the future, and obviously we will announce it on the podcast if and when it does. And like I said, it sounds like we have a likely candidate right now, honestly.
Yeah.
So we'll see where
We're
that
so
goes.
sorry the 100th one couldn't get out. I had such a great React video for the 100th too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, it's just when Derpy first. Yeah, I should have recorded mine, but so when Derpy first spoke, I'm just looking at that. When Derpy first spoke as I muffin, I head desked.
And it was
like,
Tabitha.
come on.
I screamed.
Yep. Derpy speaks again, and it is Tabitha, although it wasn't the original Derpy voice from...
Nothing.
I don't know. I kind of like the original Derpy voice. It sounded androgynous enough.
Yeah, I did too. And obviously they...
Yeah, but then the mothers decided to throw a
Mothers
frickin'
of America.
Yeah. So obviously in 100th episode, they made it a little less offensive. Let's use that word.
In a way, they kind of made her sound a little bit southern, a little bit. Like a British southerner.
I don't know, but I mean the Derpy and Doctor thing going on, and the fact that they even had Doctor Who say Alonzi.
Alonzi?
I mean,
And that's...
Yeah, when I said Alonzi, I head desked and I was like, come on!
But here's the other thing. He also had the fourth... Yeah, it was the fourth
I know,
Doctor's...
he had the fourth Doctor scarf. I was like, okay, that's a little more subtle. Alonzi? Oh, come on!
too blatant for you, Josh, right?
Too obvious.
Peter New did such a great job with the Doctor's voice, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Very much so. Peter definitely is top notch. And Lyra and Bonbon, good friends.
Best friends.
Making bedroom eyes at each other the whole time. Oh my goodness.
I think that was M.A. Larson trolling the Brony fandom.
Without a doubt, that was him trolling the Brony fandom.
I mean, he did have Vinyl and Octavia be roommates.
He did.
I'm sticking by my theory that they're sisters.
I don't know.
Do not ruin my headcanon, Josh. Don't do it.
No, I'm serious. I mean, think about it. They may be roommates, but the only way they would be able to stand each other is if they were sisters.
Or,
I mean, they're conflicting personalities, the way the room is divided.
maybe. It is a viable theory. I mean, it goes against a lot of headcanon, but the fact is, it's headcanon. And you know what? I think your theory is just as viable as anyone else's. So
I want them to be sisters because that would be cool. Lots of cool stories growing up.
it would. And they do seem to get along, and in the episode, they just seem to have a mutual respect. Even though their styles are very different, they seem to have a mutual respect for each other as musicians in their own right. So, whether or not they're related or just friends, or romantically involved, I mean, it's obviously each brony is going to take their own thing away from that.
Yep.
But I don't know. I had never heard the siblings argument before, and until you just brought it up. Granted, I haven't been following a lot of different new fan headcanons recently, so I don't. Did someone else bring that idea to you, or is that just something that kind of occurred to you on your own?
What are we talking about?
The sisters, the sisters thing, the siblings.
Oh no, that was just something that came to me on my own.
I kind of figured. The way you brought it up, I just wanted to clarify if someone else had like brought that up in a discussion with you and you're like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense, or if it was just one of the things that occurred to you.
No, it's just, yeah, it's just one of my more proud theories is coming in my Amending Fences review. It's just the more I thought about it, though, I'm like, oh my gosh, that just fits too well.
And obviously you're not going to say what it is now because that would be spoilers for that video.
Sort of. Well, it's just, oh my gosh, it just makes... I'm just thinking it's just... The ponies chosen... I'm just going to say this. The ponies chosen for this particular role in a Canterlot wedding makes so much more sense.
Oh, I get where you're going at now. Okay, I'm connecting the dots with you. You're still teasing the viewers.
It makes so much more sense when you see Amending Fences.
Got it.
It's just, oh my gosh, I don't know if that's, I don't know if that was intentional, but if that was intentional, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like some Illuminati crap.
Yeah.
Illuminati theme song.
Occasionally, the writers will surprise you with their continuity, and other times they will frustrate you with their lack of it. But I mean,
I'll take it when I can get it.
Right, I mean, exactly.
What?
Sorry.
What is happening?
What? Did I unintentionally say something dirty again?
I don't know. I think Scarlett's just being Scarlett.
The fact that Josh whistled the freaking Illuminati theme so perfectly.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that was Josh whistling it? I thought it was you, Scarlett.
No, I cannot whistle.
Okay. I have learned something about you.
Give a little whistle.
Well, I mean, I can whistle a little bit, but I can't whistle like that.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
at least now we have a clarification on what was happening, because Lord knows I was lost.
Oh, I had to mute my mic like about 5 minutes ago after Josh like screamed, "What do you want, people?" Because like, because like in my mind I could see like I could almost envision the facial expression because Josh has really good facial expressions when he does stuff like that.
Well, I was going to say I would hope so, considering what he does for his YouTube channel, which is kind of his living now.
No, I hope it's going to be a living. I'm only making about like $700-800 on a good month.
Yeah, that's not enough to live off of. It's a nice supplement to income, but it helps boost income.
It's a nice supplement. Yeah, but it's not enough, and I got 3 more. I got about like 2-3 more years in order to build my fan base up enough to where I can support myself off of that. But for now, I am not even close to.
So now I'm gonna avoid the personal questions, just because I don't think we need to go there. And you set Scarlett off again. Good job, Josh. Well done. Congratulations.
I can't deal with it anymore.
Do you like my accent?
I can't even right now. And she can't even in a very different way. I don't... Not that it isn't entertaining, but I don't even have the mental capacity right now with how tired I am to comprehend what is occurring.
Jeez, he's making me cry.
I didn't want to make you cry.
Tears of laughter, Josh. Take it.
Okay.
You good? Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Until Josh does something again to sabotage everything unintentionally, but does so regardless.
Exactly.
I guess staying on the subject of future videos, ideas in the works. I know last time I discussed the possibility of a FOB Equestria Origins video, where we would more or less be able to have that video as the channel trailer and also a means of answering the question, one of the most common questions we get to either individual members or to the staff as a whole of, how did we come to like the show? How did we come to be involved in the fandom? This, that, and the other. Kind of like how this whole thing happened, because it's such an odd event for, people are curious, and people are going to be curious. So I am currently in the process of writing the questions up for that, and then I'm going to send them out to all the staff, and I'm going to see which of the staff I can get to record their responses to those said questions, to help make this channel video, this channel trailer slash kind of Q&A, because the questions are going to be based off questions we've gotten in the past. And depending on how well staff members are getting back to me on that, giving me their responses, it should happen. But again, can't make any promises just because of, we see what happens with the past React videos. Because way back in the day, we had a Rainbow Dash versus Starscream one too, which had to get scrapped because no longer relevant.
Didn't y'all also have the What My MOS Is Telling Me song also get scrapped?
There's been so many scrapped projects just because not enough commitment, unfortunately, just because, people living their lives, and that's always going to be a real inhibitor. But the plus side for this FOB Equestria Origins one is there's no real limitation on time. It's a matter of getting it out when it gets out, and the only way I want to be able to get it done eventually is by flat-out refusal. Flat-out lack of participation by staff members who just don't want to partake in it at all. Which, I don't know. I don't see that being a problem. But, Josh, would you be opposed to that sort of video?
Just basic questions?
Yeah, pretty much just like it'd be along the lines of, especially for someone like you who was around during the original founding of this group and stuff like that. It'd be like, how everything started to come together. And for staff members who came on after the formation of the group, it'd be asking, how they got involved with the staff. And then
that'd be fair enough. That'd be fair enough.
And then after, we do a origin of the group, we go into each person's personal story, a little bit more of how they got involved with the show, how they got in a lot of times for us, it goes beyond, how we first got involved with the show, then how we first got involved with the fandom, because very rarely do they occur at the same time, at least as far as I've observed. And, what we like about it, that kind of keeps us doing what we do, what's kept us around this long. So it'd be basically along those questions.
Is someone shaving?
No, Scarlet turned into a robot, apparently. Scarlet is a robot now. Yeah, the microphone is going full. Scarlet, mute your mic until you fix it.
I'm trying to.
Okay, there we go. Fixed now. She was.
All I had to do is click mute and then unclick it.
You were almost assimilated by the Borg, is what I envisioned happening in my head as I heard all those sounds.
It's the brownies.
Anyway, so as far as I've been able to gather, most of the staff seemed willing. I'm going to have to obviously push on some people to, not put it off and actually get back to me eventually, but I haven't really heard anyone say they wouldn't be able to do it. And there goes Scarlett's mic again for a split second. So,
I blame Michelle because he wants me to cut him brownies.
Okay, so are you moving the laptop or something?
No, I got up.
Okay. Wait, never mind. Not an important question. But I guess, and this was something I wanted to kind of pitch in the realm of video ideas, but since we are a group of military bronies, I don't know, what do you guys think about like ideas of videos when it comes to like more, I guess, military themed style videos, like maybe PSAs? I'm just saying, promoting, good, safe practices, like maybe a quick gun safety PSA, because there's never enough of those out on the internet. Always, hey, anything that gets people to not shoot themselves in the foot, literally, is good in my book. But stuff like that, I don't know. What do you guys think about that sort of?
It would be funny to do like a PSA of how to behave at a con.
Oh my god, yeah, stuff like that. Like if you are a military personnel, or like just straight up rules for cons, like for anyone, and then we could even go into further detail. Like after we go over the basic ones, we could go into the ones for military members. Like rule number 1, do not show up in your uniform. Rule number 2, do not show up in your uniform.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we could obviously put a comedic spin on these, but I would like to try and, I don't know, I think it'd be a good idea.
Rule 1, do not show up in your uniform. Rule number 2, do not show up in your uniform. Rule number 3, do not show up in your uniform.
I think a really good way to show that is like have like one of you guys showing up like somewhere in uniform and just having Tweak like chew y'all out.
Yeah, and
Since Tweak lives there.
Oh, Tweak loves it, and Tweak is awesome. So I don't know. So judging from initial response here, it sounds like we could probably get at least a couple PSAs rolling. Hopefully, I think it would be fun. But I mean, anything that puts more content out for people to enjoy, as long as it's done. It's not content for content's sake, but it actually is like done with intent and effort to be entertaining and bring smiles to people's faces, because I mean that's kind of what the goal is, in a sense, is it not?
Yeah, I just asked Michelle if he liked the idea, and he just hissed at me.
Well, he's also been drinking, so
He's not been drinking that much.
At the same time, it is just Michelle being Michelle to you. I mean, you two have an interesting dynamic. Well, I mean, I have an interesting dynamic with him too, but that's beside the point in this case, because I'm not there.
It's because we're the one in the relationship.
Yes, that is a thing. But as far as, I mean, I guess unless you guys had any more input on that, I mean, that's pretty much what I want to talk about in terms of videos, ideas, kind of where the channel, where FOB Equestria in general stands on what's going on video-wise. In other words, not too much right now. A lot of, plans and ideas floating around, but nothing currently in the works. We're trying to sort things out, people. We're sorry. Josh has been awesome, though.
Please forgive us. Please love us.
I mean, someone made a comment about how it basically, for a while, and they were pretty accurate with this comment, and for a while, how it basically became your second channel, Josh, because you were really the only one uploading anything to the channel.
Yeah.
I think that was me that said that.
I think there was a few people besides you, too, who pointed that out, and they weren't, like I said, they weren't wrong. And I would like to see that corrected. Not that it was a bad thing, it's just it did identify a problem. Not that it was a problem to have Josh uploading content, but it was a problem that he was the only one producing content, meaning there was a lack of content on our channel. So definitely highlighted a need there, which is why I'm trying to get a better sense of where everything is in terms of like what happened with old projects, which ones were scrapped, which weren't, and get ideas off the ground and see what we can do. And kind of maybe get a little feedback in the comments, see how people respond to the ideas we put out there. So, I mean, if you guys like any of the comments, I mean, any of the video ideas that we put forward, definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely take that as positive endorsement or negative endorsement, depending on if you think it's a stupid idea, which fully within your right to say so, obviously. And
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. And we can easily take it from there. As far as I know, React videos, well received. I mean, Wonderbolt Academy it recently passed over 500,000, so React videos...
Thank you to everyone who watched.
Yeah. React videos, good stuff. It's just heavy editing, very editing intensive. And as a person who has a bit of experience video editing myself, I understand, like, if you are doing a lot of post recording, editing, and finagling, it's like 5 minutes of video can literally take you 2 to 3 hours to get right if you're doing a lot of intensive effects and a lot of tweaking of getting it right and getting it to all mesh together just fine. So React videos are tricky, but well done React videos are tricky.
Do them.
Huh?
The hardest part is just getting people to do them.
No, the hardest part is for everyone else besides the editor is getting people to record their material. But for the editor, without a doubt, whoever ends up editing, which apparently Josh has a team. I wasn't aware Josh had a team. I thought it was just him.
I didn't know he had a team.
I thought you were a 100% one-man show, Josh. But then you mentioned this team thing.
I needed to get a team because I had so many projects that I needed help getting them all out.
Oh, and that's understandable.
Now that I remember, he actually did put out a video for auditions to be an editor. I remember that now.
Unfortunately, I don't follow his channel that closely, so I was unaware. But that is understandable. I mean, and I think a lot of people can relate to being like, I have so much going on. It's too much for me to handle on my own. I need a team. The A-team. No. I don't know why I went into movie mode.
Smack yourself.
Huh?
Just smack yourself there. Just smack yourself.
Just smack. Like that.
Smack. Smack on the hand.
Hey, I'm tired. I think I'm allowed a little bit of a pass. But yeah, video ideas. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I'm trying not to be cliche about it, but I don't know how else to say it. So as far as that subject goes, I'm pretty good on that. And anything you guys else want to discuss before we start wrapping this up? I mean, this will take as long or short as we have things to say.
Nope. I got nothing.
All right.
I got nothing.
If we got no more subjects, then we can definitely call this a wrap and let Josh get back to his homework and let me get some sleep. And we can all see you next week, depending on who's online. I can't promise who we'll have. It is, for anyone who is wondering, we pretty much gather who's going to be in the podcast like in the hour before the podcast is recorded. So, fun times.
Yeah.
But it's all very fun. I try to get in people who, if there are multiple people available, we try to limit it to 5. If there's multiple people available and people were on it last week and the ones who weren't on it the week prior obviously get priority and all that stuff. And the reason it's so last minute as well, because it's hard to predict your schedules that far ahead of time for a lot of people. They can't always reliably be around. So, however, if you have any podcast topic suggestions, there are ways to submit those in the description below. Look in that, or you can just leave a comment for the simple way about doing it, and we'll review those well in time before the next podcast recorded, which will be the Sunday the week after this current one is uploaded. That is the way it will always be, unless it is a drill weekend for me, which I will announce at the end of the previous podcast as per usual. And I will try not to derp up and miss recordings like I did the other week before. Yeah, we're gonna.
It was Labor Day weekend.
It was Labor Day weekend, and I was visiting family. And like I said, I just completely spaced. It was Sunday, so my bad. I obviously gonna try and limit that. because, like Josh said, he likes to think he's professional, and I like to try and be professional when I can, in a certain degree. I like these to be laid back, obviously, as we all know and can tell. But in terms of behind the scenes, of the way things are run and the way things are organized behind the scenes, all the preliminary organization, I like to be at least a little bit professional with it and reliable. So hopefully I am able to fulfill that, and hopefully Scarlet next week cannot be a robot. And we will all catch you guys later. Like I said, that'll be fixed next week because I will actually have my headset available for you. However, we will catch you guys later. Say your goodbyes, and we will sign this thing off.
Well, I'm Commander Firebrand. Well, not the commander anymore.
Not anymore.
I just finished my homework.
Not anymore, Josh. That's been done.
It's all right. Old habits die hard. I understand. Scarlet, you haven't said goodbye yet. What are you waiting for?
Justice with a side of spaghetti.
So much spaghetti. So much spaghetti. Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
And this is Spangle saying goodbye as well. Take care, all.